He had some chiz.
Did Zach Wagaman ever make the Chiz?
I think he was like a training camp guy, not a roster.
That's what I thought. I thought he was like practice squad for like the Cardinals or something.
Yeah, Lions rings for some reason, but I'm not sure.
Who was our last big guy?
NFL guy, probably Tremaine.
Tremaine Johnson.
Oh, he had a linebacker or two for a minute. Brock Coyle played for a
Brock
bit.
Coyle, yeah, he was good. There's the Mariani and the Carpenter, but they're further back. Jordan Johnson went to play CFL.
Yeah, maybe a linebacker or something I'm missing.
Oh, shit. Only played with us for a short time, but Samori Toure.
Yeah, he's on the Packers. How are we starting this bitch?
We're halfway through. I thought about doing something where it would be like we did like the movie, and then it'll be just me going, this is where we clipped the recording, and then we'll go movie, and be like,
okay. We'll just go
you bet you can't find where it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Seamless every time.
Let's do it.
Cat.
What?
Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, play. This is where I clipped the recording. Movie.
It's always a challenge, Brandon, for the audience to figure out where we clip them, if ever.
Sometimes the editing's tough because like maybe my microphone's a little closer or maybe it's a little further away in different circumstances, and so it's a touch different, but I try and make it pretty seamless. And once again, I think it's going to be you can't find it. Except the first time we ever did the movie.
Is the mic quality.
For Super Mario Bros. Because we did it in Devin's place and then my place for the second half. Yeah, and his was all tinny because he has no carpet or anything in his place. Yeah, that one was tough. The echoes. Truth be told, folks, we split the recording. I got my hair cut yesterday, not today.
That's right.
But I've still got strawberry milk in my hydro. Same milk from yesterday.
It's fermented a little bit, which makes it all the more nutritious.
It's like wine. Yeah, you want to leave it sit out longer.
Bacteria, it coalesces to your blood.
Yeah,
and in a helpful manner.
That sounds like a blood clot.
We have Battlefield.
Earth, not Battlefield.
In fact, Earth is the battlefield.
When we recorded the first part, I'd only seen the first 35 minutes.
Oh.
So I finished the rest of it today. Had you watched it all?
I had watched it all.
Oh,
I'd not seen it beforehand. It's pretty.
Not me either.
It's pretty. Yeah.
No, it's not.
Not pretty.
It looks so bad.
Pretty.
Oh, he's not. That hair. Ugh.
And we get going.
Yeah, we get going.
We're live. They're pretty.
Across a pretty space, across a pretty Earth, and immediately on Earth, the instant you get there, yellow filter. There was no yellow filter in space.
No, only on the sins of man and the demons.
You think that this is filmed in India or Mexico.
It makes you wonder, or Egypt or something.
But
it's America, baby. It's like the Northwest.
It's the Rocky Mountains. Man's an endangered species, and Johnny Goodboy Tyler rides down on horseback into a village with some medicine. But the gods, they took his father in the night while he was gone.
No. Which he doesn't really believe in all that stuff.
No, he doesn't. He gets in a big fight. He's talking with the elders about traveling somewhere more plentiful. His dad says they got to stay away from the demons, but Johnny's never seen any demons, and he doesn't believe the stories. I thought his dad was dead. I think that was just some of. No, I think that's just some of the elders. Yeah,
that's what that was my impression.
The tribe leaders or something. Also, so many split screen transitions.
That and the Dutch angles are rife already. It looks like shit. But
wait, let's see. That's my fifth note. Is so many Dutch angles already.
Yeah.
At every shot.
Sunday, it is. And they'll go from left tilt to right tilt to left tilt, like it's Wimbledon.
Watching the. Oh, did you hear Rafael Nadal lost in straight sets at the French Open today?
Getting old,
man.
That's he might be too.
I was gonna say he might be the best player on a specific court of all time. But yeah, I ended up finding that I was watching the movie with my head tilted a lot. I was like, let's see if I can like compensate for it. But then it would flip on you. You're like, shit.
Yeah, that's tough to watch that way.
But Johnny's gonna ride off solo. He's not letting Chrissy join him.
And this is like the whole premise of the movie and the story, right? Is that he's just this big giant dumbass. It's like gods aren't real, demons aren't real. Fuck y'all! I'm gonna go ride out and see what's real.
Yeah, he wants to be somewhere with people and babes, even though he's got Chrissy, played by Sabina Carcenti,
the hottie, and she is a hottie.
But he gets up to the top of the Rocky mountaintops and immediately like sees the sun setting over the horizon. His arms are stretched out. I was like, talk about no gods. This is the most godly figure I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, they're really pushing it hard. And I mean, the movie makes it expressly clear that there are gods or aliens or something.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, yeah.
But it's at the Dutch angle.
Whatever Travolta's doing.
Johnny is going through like this bush, like weeded area. When his horse gets spooked, he gets bucked off and is almost attacked by a dinosaur.
Ooh.
It's a statue.
Bad. And even more disappointingly, it's a mini golf course.
I was gonna say, I thought it was an abandoned mini golf course.
Was it not?
Oh, I think it was. There was that giant.
Yeah, there was which is ridiculous. That this would last 1,000 years.
You said they're back. Have you ever seen the animated movie We're Back, the dinosaur ones?
No.
Oh man! And they're like talking. They're having fun with the kids, and the T-Rex is golfing and shit.
Yeah.
But then they run away and they get caught in the circus, and the kids get turned into monkeys by the evil circus ringleader.
Yeah.
He's magic. And then the dinosaur's like, let the kids go. We'll be your pets in the circus. And then they turn them into mean dinosaurs, but the love from the kids changes them back to happy. Yeah. Oh. We're back. Check it out.
How old is it?
It's definitely a 90s animated movie.
Okay. We are back.
Acronym. We're back.
We're back.
We're back. A Dinosaur Story, 1993. John Goodman is the lead.
Of course he is. And
Jay Leno.
Leno.
We're back. We're back.
And he meets. This is where he meets a homie.
He meets Rock and Carlo.
Two homies. That's right.
He's eating, and they come up try to steal his food. They find out he's a non-believer.
Yeah, which is after that they're like, well, you don't even want to steal your food. You're gross. Get out of here.
we just want to teach you the ways. We've seen gods, so we're gonna show you some gods if you share us the food. So he follows them to the worst CGI city I've ever seen. Like the buildings don't even look real. It's supposed to be Denver, we find out, but it's overrun with weeds. All the buildings are half destroyed and crumbling. That golf ball is still fine, but the city just looks so
Yeah, how did the golf ball make it? You can kind of make out Pepsi Center where the Nuggets play.
Yep.
The Jokic statue live. No, it's not there. Imagine. What's the most successful Denver franchise in the year 2000?
The Rockies went to the World Series in 2004.
4 years before the movie was made. I think the Nuggets have historically stunk. The Broncos won a Super Bowl.
It's definitely Broncos, yeah.
It's Broncos country, baby. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Yeah, so it's just worst CGI city I've ever seen. And Rock and Carlo think every statue and mannequin, like they go into a mall. Mongol, he stole your chair.
Yeah, he's being bad, so I'm letting him sit there.
But they think every like mannequin and statue in the city was a body frozen by gods. Like, look at this poor fuck.
Yeah, look at this Medusa. Is it the mannequin? That's great.
Apparently, also the gods are the lights in the night sky, not stars.
Those are stars.
Come on.
So maybe Johnny Be Good or whatever his name is really is
smarter than
true
the
in
average.
His beliefs.
Yeah.
What's his character's name? Johnny Good?
Johnny Goodboy Tyler.
Johnny Goodboy.
And they're eating when Rock tells Johnny that good women nowadays are hard to come by, and he'd be a fool to leave one behind. So if there was a girl he left, he wants to know where he came from so he can take her. Yeah. It has Johnny hops up to fight Rock.
Beat his ass for talking that about his girl.
Right? Carlo got blasted with a laser.
Oh.
And a figure with a gun and a nose piece comes walking their way. So they're fleeing through the mall. Now all the screen is just green as they run away. And as they try and escape, Rock jumps down 2 stories over the escalators, breaks his leg.
That's funny. That's tough though.
Johnny tries to use his horse to save him, but both the horse and Rock get lasered.
He also can call the horse like he's in Skyrim or something. He just whistles the horse.
The Red Dead Redemption thing
in slow motion. Yeah.
Pretty cool. They did so much slow-mo. So Johnny runs and runs through this crooked, tilted green mall, but finally gets shot in the back and falls through like just 8 windows. Why were there just 8 window panes for him to fall through?
Well, that's Earth now, Brandon. You forget.
It's the Denver Mall, duh.
And lest we forget, we are looking at this through like the religious tome of an epic. Sure. Remind you so that it has some sort of religious symbology.
Which is what?
Every window you break is a new dimension you're entering through God.
Break a mirror and you have bad luck. Maybe that's it.
No, but I like the spirit of it.
So, well, speaking of bad luck, Johnny's still alive from the laser blast, and he's in a holding cage of a spaceship, and he's being floated away, and it just looks like a little, little animated
almost.
Oh my god, it's so bad.
That's funny. Now he's a POW in space. The non-believer wanting to see the world is now seeing the inside of a prison cell.
Yeah, it's not really in space. It's just Denver, but it's a giant.
It's like
metal and glass structure. They can't breathe the air inside the mega structure, but someone gives them those nose pieces to breathe through.
Which Johnny does not want. He's very rebellious at the start. But yeah,
also, they're breathing through their mouth all the time. They have to breathe through their nose to make those things work.
I think it might plunge into the lungs or something.
Maybe.
And they were also there for like 4 minutes before that happened.
Yeah. Well, at the Human Processing Center in Denver, this is where they're like, Denver! The Cyclos open the door to take them as slaves. And Carlo, who is also still alive, runs for it, but gets blasted again by a non-lethal laser.
No!
When Johnny steals the gun from a Cyclo, switches it to the death mode, and kills the Cyclo.
Well, just like out in the prison yard, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And he like runs away.
He runs away until
like a ghetto.
He comes up to Terrell, played by John Travolta, who sees him running and just backhands him across the face.
Bitch. He laughs. He loves a good laugh. Terrell does.
He loves a good bitch slap.
He's a pretty good villain, I would say. Honestly,
he is. Yeah.
I mean, in this cinematic world,
villainous to both the humans and his own people.
That's a real good like Iago sort of figure.
Yeah.
From Iago from Othello, not Aladdin. I want to make that clear.
Okay.
To the audience, I'm referencing Shakespeare, not Disney.
He's invoking it. Well, Terrell carries Johnny by his hair back to the ship, and he's like, I don't believe that this man animal could shoot and kill a Cyclo. So he gives them
manimals.
No, it's just man animal.
Yeah, it's dumb, but anyway.
He gives
men.
one of the other Wrangler's guns to Johnny, and he's like,
Blast
let him take it from you to see if Johnny is truly capable of overpowering you. If you don't give up your gun, I'm gonna kill you. So let's just see.
Test. It's a good
Johnny
test.
Immediately shoots the Wrangler, and Terrell's like,
He loves it.
"Oh God, damn!"
Yeah, which is part of the good villainy of it all. That's like the Darth Vader choking someone at random, right?
Yes, like, his own men.
He's crazy. He don't care. Unpredictable.
He's
maniac.
He's so manic.
He's a manic. Yeah, and he's a sports slut too.
He's a what? A sports slut?
He's a sports slut too.
A space slut?
No, the other one. Sport bro. It's the downtown basketball bro.
Oh, you got it.
And we're not doing monkey business.
God damn you.
Yeah. That's the best one.
That's your favorite one by far.
We should have a monkey month. We'll put that on a sticky note.
Hopefully they make another Space Chimps film for that, but
hopefully not. We should tell the audience as well that for this month, the space slut month, we are inverting the order. This is the masterpiece.
No, it's not.
By the following scenes. Yes, it is, Brandon.
So we're like 5 PowerPoint transition slides in, and Terrell's at a bar drinking Kerbango. And apparently, he's leaving his position on Earth of security chief and going to his home planet, which is also just called Cyclos.
That's like a Vulcan. People are from Vulcan. Earthlings are from Earth.
Yeah, but Cyclos are from Cyclos. It should be like Cyclonians or something.
They should come from the asylum, man. It's crazy. That's too good for Elrond.
Him and the bartender made an agreement where he's going to wipe the records of any wrongdoings of the bartender in exchange for information that he's overheard from drunk patrons in the bar. Cool. I was typing it down and then immediately, never mind, Terrell fucked this guy over. Not going to erase his records because no longer will he be providing him useful info if he leaves this planet. He's just going to steal his information and leave. And he's going to laugh about it too in his fucking dreadlocked Rastafarian look. He loves a good laugh. One question that I pondered around this time, because I don't mind Travolta's performance, which is kind of shocking. Why couldn't he have been the hero of the movie? Like we said he aged out of the role or whatever. Like who on Earth outside of the Scientologists know what Battlefield Earth is? And like, that's crazy. Johnny, I can't even remember his name right now. Johnny Goodboy. Yeah. Is 40. That's crazy. I'm not going to see the movie because of that. Why couldn't Travolta have just done that? Made him 40. I don't know what Barry Pepper's age is during this either. He looks anywhere between 18 to 36. Yeah. Very sharp face. So maybe a senator or a king or somebody from Cyclos. His name's Zeke. He teleports into Denver to meet with Terrell and Kerr, who is played by Forrest Whitaker, who's going to be replacing Terrell in his role of security chief. It's nice that they have a black alien. Yeah. And they have a meeting all together about Terrell's transfer. Terrell did such great work as the interim security officer on Earth that Home Office plans to keep him there for another tour. He's too valuable to take out, yeah. Well, Terrell's very upset because his credentials are so good. He's top of his class, a master marksman. I don't want to be here. Yeah. This job's below him. I want to go back home to revel in whatever, probably like smoking blunts. Yeah. Cyclo blunts with his homies. You don't want to smoke this Earth mids. But Zeke, the senator, the king, he takes offense of Terrell doubting Home Office. But then he's like, oh, it's all a joke. You won't be here serving another 5 cycles. And Terrell's like, oh, thank God. He's like, you'll be here for another 50, bitch. That's good. That's great. So Terrell is incensed. And he's now thinking like Karl Marx did nearly 200 years ago. He's thinking. And I hate that they called it Home Office. Like it's a corporate, like it's fucking Staples. That's literally what, like Walmart. There's the people that work in the store, and then the corporate level people who do the stuff from cubicles and stuff are called Walmart Home Office. And I'm like, really? That'd be a good gig, I bet. I bet it is. And maybe this is all a connection to Walmart, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's like Walmart, man. It's the
Yeah.
manifestation of capitalism and consumerism, tied up in a corporate bow and punched in the face.
Nice.
Remember, this season is all about money, integrity, efficiency,
power,
and making that sweet money,
baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that this season? This season, yeah.
This season. Season 10.
Not this month, this season.
So everyone just keeps when he said you're gonna surf 50 more cycles on this planet, did you notice that there was like a full minute of just like them looking back at each other?
Some like, Birdemic applause shit.
Yeah, like Birdemic, or it reminded me of like do you remember like did you ever watch the Star Wars Family Guy things episodes? Yeah. Where they just like start nodding at each other. Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. That's what it was. Like, they just kept looking back. There was like muted laughing. Like
I didn't really clock it. I think I must have been annoyed. It's funny though.
This movie's so annoying. It's so hard to follow.
And it looks like dog shit too.
Yeah. Well, and this came out of nowhere because apparently Terrell's not going to go back to Cyclo because he did something to or with the senator's daughter and was unaware that it was the senator's daughter.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious too. You don't need to have that, this alien sex scandal following this sci-fi movie. Elron, yeah, get that gross shit out of here, right?
I'll say
the alien lords. One of them also fucked an underage girl. It was crazy.
One of the quotes already out of does this have to do with the senator's daughter? I didn't even know it was her. What?
That's crazy.
What are you saying right now?
This is like a hardcore sci-fi movie, and there's some sort of Bill Clinton-esque plot going on.
Yeah, he's so irate. He wants to shoot Zeke, but he realizes that he's royalty or something, so he can't. And now your planet Cyclo. It's very purple. Zeke has returned. Everything's purple. It's industrial. It's sci-fi looking. And back on Earth, Terrell and Kerr are drunk, complaining about their situation because this is an idiot's job, as cushy as it may be.
Yes, and I was just going to say that all the hardcore like cyclos and turbulence and all sorts of crazy sci-fi stuff going on, it's such bad writing that it is just like two buffoons getting drunk and like sitting here with the keys dangling out of their pockets almost.
Yep. Oh, just got an ESPN notification. Angel Hernandez, referee or umpire in the MLB, is retiring after something.
Wow. He stinks.
He's the worst umpire. He's so bad.
Yes. And Bill Walton died. All of our
Bill Walton died.
Bill centers are dying.
Yeah.
Lambeer's next.
Lambeer, yep.
We're coming for you, Bill.
So, Terrell's supposed to be conquering galaxies with his training and his repertoire, and Kerr's the big idiot that he's been training to take over his job. They're in the jail cell. Johnny does not like the rules. Like some guys are like, I eat, and then my men eat, and you guys get whatever's left of the slop. He doesn't want to wait to eat. So he gets in a giant fist fight to near death, wins the fight.
That's fun.
Changes the rules in the cell that everyone eats at the same time. It's a socialist society inside there.
This reminded me of the prison fight in All the Pretty Horses, of course, the Cormac McCarthy novel spanning Texas and Mexico.
I don't know I'm sorry.
Prison fight. Oh. That has to be what Elron was thinking.
He does say that they have bigger issues than who eats first because they're slaves, but Terrell exposes Kerr. He's been spying on his own office with Picto Nano cameras, and he found out that Kerr found an exposed gold vein from a mountain landslide with a drone, but he didn't report it to Terrell because he wanted Terrell to leave on his promotion, and then when he gets promoted, he gets the glory for finding it out. Well, Terrell knows that the mountain's full of uranium, and they can't get the gold without... Like, they can't get over there with the uranium, even with without their breathing apparatuses exploding.
Yeah, so they need a creature who can get there without breathing apparatus.
And that can apparently live through radiation poisoning.
They don't really care if they have
that's
to live.
expendable if they live or not.
Yeah.
So the two fight a little bit, but then they see, I never caught this guy's name, but apparently he was like the leader of the Cyclos on Earth. I just called him Quadruple Chin. He had so many chins. He was old and wrinkly.
It was some Phantom Menace shit.
Yeah.
I didn't catch his name either. King Cyclo or something.
King Cyclo. They're trying to convince Quadruple Chin to allow them to take man animals to an undisclosed area to train them how to mine so that they can, once they're trained, they can get to the mountainside and get it. But him and his colleague find it ridiculous because there's no way man animals can operate machinery. They're stupid and primitive.
They're stupid, yeah. And they barely have thumbs. And they're small.
They are small. But the planet ship is losing money and fast.
They need it.
There's not enough production, but wages are too low, so nobody wants to work.
The merchandise has not been selling, yeah.
But they're going to hire more people to try and increase production anyway. But those people are going to need to get paid, so that's why they want to use man animals nice, as free labor. But this is against the planet ship regulations. Unless they found a loophole, the planet ship is about to fail. Then any profit-saving idea is above the ordinances. But Quadruple Chin shuts it down. He's like, I'm just gonna fucking hire people at half wage and work them to death.
That's not going to be popular in the union, Mr. Quadruple Chin.
I don't know if there's a union, but I agree.
I think they would motion against that. The cat is bad.
The next scene's one where I already brought it up. They're all the humans are in like a rec yard or something cleaning things up. And then the spaceship just runs into a smokestack chimney thing.
That's the 9/11 bit.
Yeah. I was like, come on, like to purposely make debris land on them in the yard so that he could use a brick and break his shackles and run.
Pretty coincidence. Although this is a very volatile world, I guess they live in.
There's a lot of Deus Ex Machinas in this world.
Of course. This is L. Ron Hubbard's world.
And Johnny he runs and runs, but he gets caught and is being tortured to death. They take his breath mask away and they're like, just let him run. He's going to die in a couple minutes anyway because he's deemed untrainable at this point. He's defiant.
He's Maverick. Yeah. He's Top Gun Maverick, which will come into play later.
They're in some working area. Oh, fuck. God damn it.
That's right. Is this where he's Top Gun?
No, it's not where he's Top Gun. Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the stupidest shit. Anyway, like a friendly worker's helping Johnny by lending him some air in the mines while he's running away, and
lend me some air, good fellow.
He ends up making it into like a sewer system where he can actually breathe down there.
Yeah.
It connects to outside the dome.
Yeah. It's got some oxygen down there.
Yeah.
Good old Johnny.
So
he's free to run the sewers.
He's not really free because it's all gated off. But even though Kerr found that gold, Terrell's gonna take it all and claim it as his plan, so he can win over the Senate on Cyclo and deliver them the gold. And he records Kerr using another Picto Nano camera that they can train man animals to mine gold and then keep it for themselves and not report it to Cyclo. So even though this was Terrell's plan, he now has a video recording of Kerr saying it all, and Terrell saying, "I'm going to have to reprimand you for that," so that he has an out and an alibi. That's smart.
Yeah, that is smart.
It's
John
evil.
Travolta's thinking ahead, protecting himself.
And then Terrell watches as they're fighting about this. Watches Johnny running through the sewers on another Picto Nano camera or whatever.
Yeah, like surveillance thing.
But it's gated off. But earlier, like, how was he still running at full speed for like 5 minutes?
Yeah. I mean, for days, I think the movie was implying earlier, and he's just running around the Colorado Rockies all gallantly.
But he can breathe there. It's in the dome, he can't.
I mean, isn't there like a leak in the sewer or something? I don't know. Maybe he just held his breath.
Maybe. I don't know. Like
5 minutes is not that long.
The normal person can only hold their breath for maybe a minute, and that's sitting idly.
This is Johnny B. Good we're talking about.
Well,
superhero.
He's in there. You know, the air's breathable. It's gated off. He tries to fight two Cyclos, and he's going to stab them, right? And then they just die. But it's because Terrell shot them.
Sniper, and he loves this playful human.
He realizes he wants to keep him and leverage him because he's of superior intelligence in this primitive species.
He's a superhero.
And they decide they'll take Johnny and a few other of the humans to the Rockies and let them think that they've escaped, all while watching them for several days to see what they like to eat. Because if they can get them some special treats, that can be leverage as well.
That's this stupid idea. Just ask them or something. I don't know.
They can't speak their language.
Maybe you could drop some like random food down.
True.
Write it on a piece of paper.
Not make them run through the Aspen Mountains.
And set up this elaborate hoax that they're free.
They're running through a ski resort until they get to a building and there's a couple of rats. That's what I'm saying.
If you wanted to find out, if you had like a rhinoceros, you wouldn't find out what it likes to eat by like setting it loose, thinking it's escaped. You just give it different options. I don't know.
Drop it in the ocean and be like, what is it like?
That's a minor pick, yeah.
They find some rats in the winter tundra and reluctantly eat the uncooked bodies. But Terrell and Kerr, they're like, oh shit, they love uncooked rats. Let's keep feeding them rats. And they're eating when Johnny finds little button cameras on their clothing and destroys them so that they're not being watched.
The Pico Nano cameras.
No! But Terrell's hot on their trail. He flies a spaceship through the Aspen Mountains and finds them. And they test with one of the guys to see if humans can fly or not.
That's funny. They cannot.
We cannot. Yeah, he just drops him down a cliff.
He died.
He died. And him falling down the cliff, another just terrible CGI thing. It was like, it looks like a cartoon in a way. But they want to really test out Johnny's capabilities. So while a bunch of other people are working and knocking down a roof or something in one of the offices, they strap Johnny into their education machine for a test ride. And this machine was weird. It was filled with like a sad dead hologram. Like, I recorded this forever ago when I'm a slave and I'll just translate for you, but I'm probably dead right now. I was like, you didn't need to say this in the recording.
They could edit that out, yeah. This is like, yeah, it's like the Dune guy. Did you see the Dune parts yet?
I have not.
I thought you said you were planning on it.
I am planning on it.
It's like the Dune education, or even more sinisterly, the Clockwork Orange forced education.
Sure. So they strap him into this chair, and it's just like electro beams of knowledge being projected through his eyeballs into his brain.
That's what I want. That's what I do to the kids.
Easy learning. And Carlo interrupts the knowledge beam because he sees it. And Johnny tells him that, I'm learning, man. I know who they are.
Don't stop it. Yeah.
Where they're from and what I can't leave now. I got to continue to learn, as it may be their only way out.
If he can learn all their ticks and how they turn, Brandon.
Yeah.
That's how the sausage crumbles, baby.
So he's back in the jail cell, like drawn on the ground, and he's like,
he's a psycho.
He's like, I got to teach you slaves about what they know. So here's Euclidean geometry and molecular biology.
Yeah, they didn't need this
engineering.
Stuff. They got away from that stuff. Doesn't come back into the movie.
No,
would have been cool if it did.
Yeah,
but
not. This is a triangle, and all the sides are equal, which means all the angles are equal. Doesn't come up.
Cool. Yeah, great. We're hungry. Get more. Learn how to eat food.
Yeah, let us escape and get us something. Yeah, but Johnny can now read and speak Cyclo, which is more important. And he grabs a tablet and reads like how to get into their vaults. And he just correctly guesses the door passcode, like right. Knew how to work like the weird button things too. Gets right into the door.
Covered in Doors 101.
And they steal alien guns and find one of the recording devices that Terrell had planted about him and Kerr's plans.
Yeah, it's another very convenient thing for them all to find. One location.
Leverage.
And the recording at the same place. Yeah.
Yeah.
The gun data.
Back at the village that Johnny's from, Chrissy sees Johnny's horse come running back to the village alone.
Uh-oh.
She knows he's still alive. No, she knows. And she disobeys her father's orders and leaves the village to find Johnny.
She's going to Denver.
I'm going to Denver. I'm going to the big city, Dad.
Yeah. Just like in South Park.
Why?
Those machos.
Why won't you let... Oh, the Casa
Bonita.
Casa Bonita, yeah. What a great episode of South Park. I haven't seen a lot of South Park, but I know that episode for sure.
I think it closed and then they bought it and opened it back up, and now Trey Parker and Matt Stone own it.
Nice.
Casa Bonita. Yeah.
Nice. So Johnny starts playing dumb. He's pretending to not understand Terrell. He's not eating the rats that they're force feeding him.
Yeah,
he's being so stupid. But it's all an act so that his crew can retrieve their guns from some of the rubble of the construction they were doing and escape. And then, as Cyclo's about to just kill him because he's not learning, as Terrell is, he speaks Cyclo to him and tells him that he will try and leverage them or have them killed.
Oh, fuck.
And he laughs at him, but Carlos starts the video recording camera in the room.
Proof, the smoking gun. The political
I don't think this ever came back.
This is the end of that. Yeah, I probably blew up or something.
Well, they attack the Cyclos and they're ready to shoot them, but the guns aren't loaded.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
They just found duds.
And Terrell wants to kill them all, but Johnny bargains with him, knowing that they don't have enough time to train new man animals to get the gold before the Senate's upset.
That's good leverage.
So,
which is like, there's a lot of political, thinking back on it now, political and thought exercises and negotiation and weaponry for a sci-fi movie called Battlefield Earth.
I mean, it's coming 1 year after Star Wars Episode 1 Phantom Menace, and it's all...
There's so little battling, actually.
True.
Yeah, it's all the actual behind the scenes, which bad movie, but whatever.
Yeah.
Could have been worse if they just battled the whole time. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, he leverages with him, and he's like, you don't have time to train us new man animals. So Terrell's like, you know what? You're right, Johnny. I'm going to take you somewhere. So he drops him off at the Denver Library, which is...
even more knowledge and still intact.
He drops it off.
The Wi-Fi's there.
He's here to learn everything about the history of humans. And he's also teaching him to prove that nothing that they do is going to help out, because 1,000 years ago, they were able to exterminate humans in 9 minutes.
Yeah, so if they wanted to, it's gone.
But Johnny's like, no, I believe in us. I'm going to read. And he just opens up the Declaration of Independence and is reading the Congress.
Yeah, the most important document of our nation right away, which is all he needs, Brandon. That's all the inspiration.
That's all he needs.
He said, fuck yeah. They can beat the English, we can beat the Cyclones. Speed reading, he was going pretty fast.
He was going pretty fast. So Terrell brings him to the mining site and is showing off his gun skills. He's like, I was a top marksman. Watch this. There are a couple cows like 1,000 feet away, just blowing the legs off of them behind the back shots and stuff.
Pretty badass. Terrell knows how to have some riz, Brandon.
Yeah, he's got hella riz, but it pisses off some local tribesmen in the woods. They tackle...
demons are mad. Yeah.
Yeah, they tackle Terrell to the ground.
They think the gods must be crazy.
Ooh, nice. And Johnny grabs the gun from Terrell. They all want Johnny to kill him as he speaks Cyclo to them, but Johnny tells them the truth. They need Terrell alive to save everyone else, because they could kill him and they could be free, but what about humanity? And so he also just tells them, there's no gods in the night sky. Those are fucking planets. The world was built by us centuries ago, not by gods. We are the ones that have to save ourselves.
Which is a pretty prophetic, messianic thing to be telling the people. Right? Yeah. Now Johnny be good as a messiah figure for them.
Yes.
The bringer of knowledge, bringer of truth.
The all-American prophet.
Who will be also a warrior soon enough.
Brigham Young.
And
so Johnny gets everyone on his side to fight for their freedom. They'll go back to captivity, learn the languages, the machinery, weapons, and enact a plan in due time. And so he surrenders the gun back to Terrell because he needs him alive and take him back to captivity. And Terrell's like, oh, there's one other thing I want to show you. They captured Chrissy.
The more leverage. The movie's full of it.
But Johnny's like, I don't know this bitch. She's ugly.
Yeah, he's so cool. Plays it off.
But Chrissy had...
But they're going to... Yeah.
She had drawings of him on some leather.
So they're going to kill her.
Yeah, they put a...
Lest he behave.
They put a explosive collar that'll separate your head from your body.
I mean, most explosive collars would do that, I would surmise.
I guess that's true. It's remote activated just in case he tries to disobey them. And he's like, you know what? I won't kill her. But let's kill this guy. Poor Sammy. They put the collar on him and...
More Darth Vader shit, yeah.
Johnny was like, please, I promise, don't kill him. I'll do everything. This is the only thing I'm asking you. He's like, fine, I won't kill him. Toss the remote to Kerr. He's like, Kerr, kill him. He's like, I didn't kill him. Didn't break a promise. He's very literal.
And sarcastic. And he's laughing about it all.
He thought it was so funny. So, they're in the jail cells getting ready to form a riot of some sort, you know?
Yeah. Revolution.
A revolution. Overturn the Cyclo government. And the thing that got everybody, like a mutiny in the cage, to join in the fight was Johnny cutting off a lock of his hair and giving it to someone else.
It must be some Samson ideology. I don't know.
He was like, join me in the fight. And he hands it and he's like, I'll join you. And everyone's like,
I guess that's some tribal, yeah. Some New Earth shit.
Yeah, maybe. So Terrell got himself a new secretary. She is kind of an inside man. She's stolen some bookkeeping records for him in exchange for a giant house on Cyclo when they're rich. And they're like, oh, thank you so much. Now what should we do? And she just immediately starts blowing him in the bar.
I thought I repressed that. Yeah, that was fucked up.
He was like, because he was telling Kerr, he was like, look what else she can do. And it was like her tongue went out like super far. And she started like licking his crotch and then it cuts away. It split screens away. I was like,
yeah,
can't do that. Right.
You cannot. Aliens can't fuck.
Oh my God. So one of the things that she had stolen for him, also that was Kelly Preston. That was her only moment in the whole movie.
That's an alien dick.
Yeah. Deliver these records and suck some dick, and then she was gone.
That is crazy.
Was she in Jack Frost? Was she the mom in Jack Frost?
That sounds right.
Kelly Preston.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Which was before this.
She's fallen. Yeah.
Well, Terrell, the secretary gave him some news that Quadruple Gin, King Cyclo, has two different accounting books. A real one and a fake one that he's been using that shows Earth is operating at a loss so he can cut their wages in half and then keep the returns for himself.
Why would he even have a real one?
I don't know.
Just have the fake one. Yeah.
And so,
but yes.
Upon finding this news, Terrell's forced to vaporize him, but instead strikes a deal with him to be the fall guy for all his plans.
So, King Cyclo lives.
He lives, but he's going to be the scapegoat in case anything goes down with the Senate.
More leverage.
Do you hear any good things about the movie Fall Guy?
I have. I think not monetarily, but I've heard people like it.
I heard monetarily not good either because it's already coming to streaming like 3 weeks later.
Struggling there, yeah. But I heard it's good.
Good. So Johnny gets to do the flying simulator.
This is some Top Gun shit.
To test fly the alien spaceships.
This isn't the main Top Gun shit. Yeah.
It genuinely made me motion sick.
Oh yeah.
Like watching him go through that and it was all still at a Dutch angle. It's like, why?
It was very disorienting, of course, yeah.
But
not the last time he's in, just like the terrorists in the Miami flight simulator schools, right? 9/11?
Was it in Miami?
I think they went to flight school in Miami, I thought, or in Florida.
I didn't know the location. Interesting. Thank you for giving me that information.
That's okay.
Thank you. Well,
you're wrong. It's all right.
He now gets to actually fly with Terrell. Okay. They're flying towards the mine when high radiation levels arise. So this is where they got to land. But the high radiation was just little flashes of light on the windows. Like, you can't see radiation.
Radiation. I thought the same.
But it's as far as the cycles can go, or their things will blow up. And so they're going to leave them at the mine for 14 days to mine gold. But they're going to be under heavy surveillance. There's drones going over multiple times.
Yeah. Can't just let the prisoners out. I'll see you later. Bring us lots of money.
Bring us lots. They demand half of it here shortly. And immediately Johnny abandons the plans. And instead, he's not going to mine, but he's going to find a mine.
He's going to organize
Fort Knox, Kentucky, and steal the gold to deliver it to them.
Yeah, is that like a old myth or something that Fort Knox has a ton of gold?
Fucking no.
I thought I maybe have heard that before, like a old, there's treasure story.
Yeah, sure.
So I guess they're playing on that maybe, but it's still there, undiscovered.
Well, and they take a spaceship and they fly to Kentucky, and
what about the surveillance?
There's no repercussions for it. Nobody knows that they left.
They're supposed to be drone 24/7. Yeah.
Wait, they don't even go to Fort Knox first. They first take the spaceship to DC. Yeah, they're like, this is our nation's capital. This is where the high and mighty ran.
Yeah, this are our kings of our country. Yeah, and they're literally like, there's no drones after them or anything. They just kept fleeing.
Yeah.
But they have hero shit to do.
After a history lesson about when the Cyclones attacked and radiation poisoning, they fly to Fort Knox. They rob a bank. It's full of gold bars.
Sick.
It's super sick. And Terrell comes back and he questions why the gold isn't raw ore and instead in bar form. And he gives him some half-assed answer.
Yeah, but he's refining it along the way.
You've wasted your time smelting it into shape, so now you only get 7 days instead of 14.
Which, I'd be happy if they smelted it for me, but
sure, yeah.
He's suspicious.
But cutting the timeline means they have to stage their revolt in 7 days instead of 14 because this is their leverage. Mm-hmm. And they're going to plan an attack inside the dome. They're going to create a riot so that all the Cyclos have to go outside into the main area where they don't have to wear their nose pieces. And while everyone's out there, Carlo is going to blow up the dome with explosives on the ceiling of it.
So then they're exposed.
Correct. But the only problem, so everyone's exposed. They die to the normal air. The only problem is that if they do this plan, Planet Cyclo has the ability to just teleport to Earth. So they're going to teleport more troops and toxic gas here. So the part B of their plan is that they also have to blow up the planet Cyclo before destroying the dome in 7 days.
That seems like a tougher act than just the dome.
How the fuck are you going to get to Cyclo and blow it up?
Or something.
They would need nukes or something. How else are you going to get there?
They would need nuclear travel.
Well, they travel, once again, under no surveillance, to heavy radiation area in Fort Hood, Texas. And here, they gather guns, nukes, and just F-18 fighter jets.
On those space shuttles. Yeah, and this is where they get to do their Top Gun shit. They get to learn they get to train it for a week.
Yeah, so they're training for a week in Texas. No Cyclos know that they're gone and not fighting.
But yeah, they're fine.
And they're all hopping in this flight simulator. They're all just expert flyers now.
Only took them a week, Brandon. That's what Air Force doesn't want you to know.
They were tribesmen before.
That's right.
They're considered a primitive species, and now they can pilot an F-18?
This is their vessel of their gods, you forget, Brandon.
No, it's fucking stupid. And
it is stupid.
In Fort Hood, they find a nuke. And they realize that one nuke is enough to destroy the whole planet because this logic actually kind of worked. Radiation reacts with their atmosphere. And so if they light off the radioactive nuke in their atmosphere on the planet, it'll blow
everyone
up the planet.
Will die.
Yeah. And Johnny's like, I've got to do this. This is the big part of the mission. But Mickey's like, no. I'll fly into outer space in a spaceship and detonate the nuke over their planet. So Johnny, you can stay back and lead the revolt. And I was like, How are you going to get there?
Yeah, they're skipping over some steps.
How are you going to get to another planet in 7 days?
But they do relegate the planet blowing up to
Mickey.
Yeah, Mickey.
Terrell has some of those gold bars, right? He's just stacking the bars over a cryo-frozen head.
That's cool. Also,
good cool hiding visual. Spot, I guess.
Cool visual.
Yeah.
Because Terrell's a flair for the aesthetic.
The theatrics. Well, Johnny leaves the mining site for a third time to go back to the jail cells in Denver and chat with Kerr. He wants to exchange one of the recorded discs that he stole of the meetings with Terrell in exchange for the freedom of the humans and Chrissy that are in the cells. And after some leverage, the humans are released. And Kerr's like, you know what? I'm going to have a one-up on Terrell. I'm going to be the boss now.
Yeah, fuck Terrell. I'm with you guys now.
So he's in the office just drinking Kerbango, watching the disc on a loop when Terrell comes in, and he's like,
"What's this?
What the hell is this? This is my indictment here. What is this?"
So the humans have it.
Kerr wants to renegotiate their deal, but Terrell was one step ahead. He knows that Kerr made a copy of the tape, and he knows who he gave it to.
Mm-hmm.
The bartender.
That's crazy. After he's getting his dick slurped.
So he knows that everything's already. He's 2 steps ahead, basically. Decapitated the bartender.
Is worthless.
And then blast off Kerr's left hand holding the Kerbango.
No, not the Kerbango. Should have just killed him, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So the revolt, it's happening. But so much shooting of the guards has triggered alarms, and Carlo hasn't fully set up the detonation yet.
Which is, how?
I don't know. How do they know how to rig explosives? Wire it.
Yeah, that's right. I guess it's a Johnny B. Good super knowledge, right? I guess, I don't know.
He's the only one that has the super knowledge. How did he train all of them to do all these things?
He super taught them. That's part of the super knowledge.
Stupid. So Johnny's trying to buy time. He's dodging so many gunshots. He's killing so many cyclos. And Carlo, up on the rooftop, finally gets it all set up. But he's under fire from a cyclo spaceship. So, luckily, he's got a heat-seeking bazooka.
Luckily.
He shoots the bazooka, it misses, but he's laughing as he watches it do a U-turn and blows up the spaceship. He's celebrating on the rooftop when a bunch of other spaceships show up, and they're about to kill his ass. Too many of them are here. They're going to stop the detonation, but luckily, the tribesmen are here. They're flying F-18s.
They're Top Gunned up. Kenny Loggins is playing. It's heroic. They've mastered
Denver Zone. Hey,
Denver Zone. That's pretty good. They've mastered the art of flight. Less than a week.
Some of them were like, do you know how hard it would be to keep a plane sitting idly in one spot? They're not like actually ever like flying sometimes. They're just keeping it steady like a helicopter would. And I'm like, how are they? They're good.
They're very skilled. And they can invert the bird and everything.
They're destroying spaceships. And Johnny starts the teleportation sequence for Mickey. That's how they're going to get to the planet, not by flying.
That's cool. They can teleport it. Just drop a bomb off.
And he instructs Carlo, there's only a couple seconds left, blow the dome. But just as the dome is blown, Terrell stops the teleportation sequence.
Fuck. He knew.
So now something's going to blow up, but they're not going to get there to blow up the planet. The toxic gas is going to come.
They're just going to keep summoning down. Yeah.
They're going to die. But the dome didn't fully break, so the alarms aren't triggered. It just cracked a shit ton.
So it's leaking.
But Terrell instructs all the cycles just kill humans at will. Carlo makes a last-ditch effort to break the dome, flies his spaceship into the top of the glass. Suicide, but it only breaks a few panes.
Yeah, it's fun.
And he's stuck in the rooftop, nearly dead. When he looks over and just finds like a random pile of explosives hidden in the ceiling.
There.
And luckily, he got in this giant spaceship crash. He still has the bazooka and another missile.
It didn't detonate, and he still has all of his faculties and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So he fires the bazooka at this random pile of explosives in the ceiling.
It works.
Killing himself, blowing the dome, all that stuff.
Step back a couple feet, but it works.
Did work. And the dome and the building are collapsing. Cyclos are dying because they can't breathe.
Alarms are going off.
Humans are rushing to sewers. And Terrell radios home. He says, start the teleportation sequence to initiate gas drone extermination. So Johnny, to slow things down, stabs Terrell in the neck with the knife from Rock from earlier. That little glass knife.
That's that he's kept this whole time.
And then he clamps that head exploding collar thing onto Terrell's arm without him even realizing.
Well, swift pickpocket. I don't know how they got it off of them. Yeah, but here it is.
And Johnny tricks Terrell into pushing the detonator, blows off his arm, all while Mickey is teleported to Cyclo. He sacrifices himself,
the bomb,
detonates the nuke, and it causes the planet to create a supernova.
It works. The plan is done. Every Cyclo, except for Kerr, is dead. It seems.
And maybe Terrell, because all
Cyclo and Terrell.
Yeah, just the important ones. All the humans emerge from underground and out of the buildings to a shining sun. They're hugging. Chrissy and Johnny are kissing as some F-18s just fly overhead. I was like, is this a football game?
Yeah, they do a flyby. Yeah, that's great. They do a 360.
My biggest question was Terrell lost his arm, right? And then everybody's just celebrating. Did he die? We never saw him.
Not yet. We will learn. We'll soon see.
Because as they kiss and the flyover happens, you cut to a building.
Indiana Jones style.
All it is a building, but it's Dutch angle still.
Of course.
And inside, Johnny is keeping Terrell as a hostage, as leverage in case more Cyclo colonies exist.
It gives him off to Kerr, too.
Yeah.
You're in charge.
He has one more trick up his sleeve. Kerr is behind him with the gun. Well, Terrell was like, watch this. Kerr steps out with the gun. He's going to shoot him, but he doesn't shoot Johnny and gives the gun to Johnny. He's working with the humans as the head Cyclo now.
Fuck you, Terrell.
Yeah, and then it pans out to show Terrell alone in the warehouse in a cage full of gold bars.
And he's stuck forever a prisoner of his own torture.
His body is a wonderland, and
that's the movie.
That's the movie.
A little sinister end to such a religious epic,
right? There was supposed to be a sequel. I don't even know what would happen. More colonies.
He would have to break out or something.
Terrell sure escapes. Yeah. So that ends Battlefield Earth.
Such the tale does cease to exist.
Such the tale does cease to quir.
Snap it, ho.
I'm so ratchet right now. Tune into this, the third YouTube video at 59:55 to see how ratchet I am.
He's being ratchet.
Quotes?
You have quotes this week?
I do, yeah.
I do not. I said I've been protesting again, right?
You did, but then you said the protest was over.
I had one. I levied it last week. I lessened it for 1 week, and now it's back on. So I'm taking quotes. I'm protesting until Gaza is free.
Okay. Well,
that's what I've been protesting all along.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I had 8, but I already said the.
And this means you hate Gaza 7 times over? Is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
They've called all podcasters to cease quoting.
No, they did not.
That's what Hamas did. It's a show of solidarity.
So I've got 7 for you. 2 from IMDb. First one.
An Amazon company.
This is from Terrell. You hungry little fella? Want some rat? It's good.
He loves it.
And then the other one's from Shirk. This is the Kelly Preston blowjob scene. Right before she blows him, she goes, I'm going to make you as happy as a baby cyclo on a straight diet of Kerbango.
Yeah. Just straight Kerbango for the babies?
Yeah, that's alcohol, isn't it?
Fucked up. I thought it was. Good quote.
My other one's actually a decent quote from Johnny at the beginning. Johnny Be Good. He says, the one guy says, the gods will come back and drive the demons away. That is our fate. And Johnny goes, only if you believe in fate.
Only if you believe in it. He's fated to be the hero.
I know, right? He's the god, apparently.
He's God.
Next. Kerr and Terrell going back and forth. Maybe we leverage him with something primitive, like food. What do you think a man animal would like to eat as like a little treat? And then Kerr just goes, there's no way of knowing that, sir.
That's what I mean. You have to let them out at stage of coup to see what they naturally would survive.
Because like something primitive. So they don't eat the cyclos. They only drink Kerbango.
Maybe pure Kerbango for the babies.
When
some of them were ripped. Yeah.
When Johnny sees Chrissy with the collar around her neck, and they ask if he knows her, he's like, I don't know her. In fact, she's one of the foulest looking females I've ever seen. It's like, you liar.
Got her ass. We know she's not bad.
When Johnny gets all the prisoners released, he's talking to Chrissy, and Chrissy just goes, I know you don't believe in fate, but I've always known that this would be your destiny. It was like, you knew this would be your destiny.
Breaking out of an alien prison block and starting a revolution.
And then he goes, this is our destiny. Yeah. It's freedom for all of us, for our children. She goes, children?
Yeah. Whoa, talk about that. That's such a bad script.
And then my last one is when Kerr's watching the video and thinking he's all has the upper hand on Terrell. He goes, I'm thinking 80-20 is a pretty good share of all the gold, but I think I should get the 80%. And when I do, I'm going to fire all 5 of my wives and hire some new ones.
I thought that was funny too. Just like the Mormons. It's very coded.
Yeah. You got to pay for your wives too. So that's my quotes. There's not a lot. I'd struggle to even take that many.
Those were good though. Even one serious one.
Thank you. Ratings time.
What am I down 3-1?
You're down 3-2. Remember, you got the double one wrong on the budget.
Right.
But you're coming back.
Right. Battlefield Earth.
Thermometer.
18%.
Seth's the winner here. It's a 3%.
No. I thought there might be some Scientological love, but alas, 3 is bad.
3 is very bad.
3 is very bad. From the people.
Audience score. This is the
audience. People. 18.
There you go. It's a 12. Still very bad. 4-3. Critics IMDb Metascore out of 100.
I need to start hitting these. 20.
It's a 9.
I didn't know they went that low in the Metacritic. Wow.
Yeah.
5-3. Unless I hit it dead on, Seth wins.
Celtics are going to the finals.
Fuck. Not against the Wolves.
It was 102-98, and then the Celtics won 105-102. They came back and scored 7 unanswered.
Without Tyrese. For the Pacers. Or is he playing?
No, he was not playing tonight. No Kristaps either. Last, audience score out of 10. You need this perfect.
1.6.
Oh.
Was it perfect?
No, it's a 2.5.
I didn't even get it. God damn it.
Seth is our winner today, 6-3.
Well, he needs a win because
he probably does.
He's been dumped by both of his girlfriends. So
he fired them both.
He fired them both. They fired him.
And this currently is the 10th worst film we've ever done.
Run it.
The ones right worse than it were the Bobbleheads, Star Wars Holiday Special, Talking Cat, Hottie Nottie, the Birdemics, and then those top two. Just worse than it, one worse than it, or one better than it, the Minis, Sand with Muscles, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians, Skateboard Kid, Dougal, Cats, Gooby.
You're like right in line with some stuff we've been doing.
Yeah.
Minis especially.
Yeah. So,
does it live up?
Gave it a 3 and a 9, which comes out to a 6%. Audiences gave it a 12 and a 25, which is an 18.5%. What are you giving Battlefield Earth?
Battlefield Earth, I think is a 1.6 for me, maybe a 1.7, probably 1.6. I think upon further reflection. Hard to find anything to like about something like this, right? I didn't mind Travolta's performance, I guess. Everything else about it was abhorrent. It was very bad writing. It didn't make sense. It was religious. It was bad. What are your thoughts, Brent?
I'm a 1.7.
Wow.
We're right there.
Of course. We've been in line.
I think the highest I can go is 1.9. I don't even think it gets into the 2 range.
No, yeah.
Because there's so many plot holes.
Yeah.
There's so many Deus Ex Machinas. They don't. There's so many plot holes. There's so many Dutch angles and camera filters on it, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah, we've extolled its aesthetical values. You're right.
It's also 2 hours for the stupid
shit,
and it feels like 3 hours.
And it feels like to me too, like Johnny Be Good is in like a John Carter movie. John Travolta's being like some fucking evil poker player or something.
Sure.
Forrest Whitaker's there. It does not make any sense. The genre mashing is messy.
And I think oftentimes how well a movie's paced and how good the storytelling is of it can be reflected within the notes that I take for the podcast. Because I sit down, I'm typing throughout the movie so that I can walk us through. White Man Can't Jump, take last week. 1.5 pages worth of notes for a similar length film, but it was told so fluently that I don't have to write so many things down to remember what happens and who's who and where's things going. 3.5 pages of goddamn notes on this
of plot notes. They
of just plot notes.
And this 2 hours, and it's just log, and they don't speak English sometimes.
Yeah, it's just horrendous. A lot of the performances are terrible. I don't think John Travolta's is that great, but I guess it's not the worst thing I've ever seen.
And it's not his worst performance, I think. Yeah.
But still, yeah. But it is rightful for all the Razzie wins. So a 16.5 average from us. What about on the faith-based review? Violence, 5 out of 5.
A lot of it.
Sex, she blew a guy, 5 out of 5.
Did. Yeah.
Drugs. They're drinking. Kerbango.
Kerbango's probably like a 3 or 4.
I'd say a 4 out of 5.
But religious, there's some, because it was written by a prophet, maybe a 0.
Yeah, you want to be on the lower end. I'm gonna give it a 1 out of 5. Integrity.
A 2.
I'm gonna say 3. What about
Seems
other?
Fine. Badness, it's bad, so 5.
Yeah, 5 out of 5. And I think we're missing one of the sex, drugs, violence, other, faith, integrity. We're missing 2 in the bads. Sex, drugs, violence, other.
Language.
There wasn't that of stuff. It's like a 2 out of 5.
2.
And nudity.
That's probably sex.
Yeah, that's probably under sex. There's one other one. We'll say it averages to a 3 on that. So we got a 5, a 5, a 5, a 3, a 3, a 2, 15, 21, 23, plus another. This is like a 28 out of 40.
Wow. So not bad.
On the faith-based.
There's been worse. Yeah, we've seen worse face-to-face reviews.
Yeah.
What about some critical-based reviews?
I only took 6 users because I have 5 critics. There were so many critic reviews on this.
They teed off.
Big Rod.
Go off, Big Rods.
Chicago Sun-Times says, it is compared to taking a bus trip with someone who has needed a bath for a long time. It's not merely bad, it's unpleasant in a hostile way. I watched it in a mounting gloom, realizing I was witnessing something historic, a film that for decades to come will be the punchline of jokes about bad movies. Wow. 0.5 out of 4 stars.
A great review. He really steps up. I would agree. It is hostily bad.
Yeah, and that's a 12.5%. So yeah, 1.3. Rita Kempley at the Washington Post said, a million monkeys with a million crayons would be hard pressed in a million years to create anything as cretinous as Battlefield Earth. This film version of L. Ron Hubbard's futuristic novel is so breathtakingly awful in concept and execution, it wouldn't tax the smarts of a troglodyte.
Go off.
Go off, Queen. Post. Yeah, Rita Kempley. Elvis Mitchell at the New York Times says, it may be a bit early to make such judgments, but Battlefield Earth may well turn out to be the worst movie of this century. It's Plan 9 from outer space for a new generation.
Could hold up. I mean, I don't think we would agree, but yeah,
it's got to be up there.
He's like, this was released 100 years. This is it. Yeah.
Yeah, this was released 5 months into the century. Might be there. Luke Thompson at the New Times LA says, think Independence Day without that ponderous buildup or self-importance. Imagine how much more enjoyable the other blockbuster of the moment, Gladiator, might have been if Joaquin Phoenix had addressed every one of his rivals as rat brain.
No rating.
No rating, but this man compared this to Gladiator?
I think he's saying because they were running at theaters at the same time. He's like, man, Gladiator looks so good in comparison.
No, he says, imagine how much more enjoyable Gladiator would be if they did what Battlefield Earth did.
No, that's got to be tongue in cheek. Gladiator came in the year 2002. I know that was a summer blockbuster.
It didn't come out in 2002. Came out in 2000.
No, it came out in 2000 as well. Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
And my last one, not a critic.
I love these.
I know my favorite. It's a former Moopy nominee, Jon Stewart of The Daily Show.
Oh, my guy.
Best voice actor for Z-Bad. He says, a cross between Star Wars and the smell of ass.
Good review.
It's a great review. I love it.
It is a great review. Smell of ass.
So
unlike Big Rocks. And some user reviews.
And it's I actually didn't take as many returners. 3 of the 6 are. Songbird, December 23rd, 2010 says, I don't know where to begin criticizing this awful movie. I'll give it credit. I don't think it's the worst movie of all time. However, to me, it's down there. I've tried to be fair, but the movie was just so awful I can't even do that. It certainly looks expensive, and some of the futuristic designs are impressive, even if the special effects are shoddy and the camera angles are weird. But, oh, the rest. Where did it go wrong? Aside from the visuals, nothing else works. The script is incredibly banal for starters, with so many cheesy moments, while the direction is lethargic. The story did have an intriguing concept at first, but with so much emphasis on the indoctrination, enslavement, and superior alien intelligence, Battlefield Earth falls dangerously close to becoming subliminal propaganda. Plus, there are holes, so many holes. Some are so big you could drive a truck right through them. The pace plods while the acting is terrible. I've never seen John Travolta this bad before, but this isn't the only bad actor here. Nobody's good. Overall, just a painful watch. See it for the visuals, but nothing else. 2 out of 10.
Pretty in line with us, yeah. Never one who's short of word.
No, she likes her words.
A lot of ink spilled for Battlefield Earth.
Oh, sorry, 1 out of 10.
Wow.
Not 2. Snoopy Style, September 4th, 2015 says, this is a universally panned movie, and it deserves it. It's ugly looking, the plot is badly written, Travolta's acting is too ridiculous. The sad part is that all of them are deliberate choices. They are all simply wrong choices, and there's a nugget of an interesting idea in here somewhere. Enslaved humanity revolting against an alien mining company could maybe work. Pepper's a pretty good actor, but he's overwhelmed in this. Whatever hope this had is lost pretty quickly. 2 out of 10.
It makes you wonder what the novel's like.
And it's something to believe in, cause I don't believe in you anymore.
You should read the novel, Brandon.
I wonder if it even makes
and stop
a
doing
difference
that.
to try. Oh,
that's right. Brandon will read the novel. Yeah, we'll book report due next week, he says.
You said makes you wonder. I have to sing Maroon 5 then.
I hate Maroon 5, and now you have a book report.
No.
Awesome. Yes.
No.
Battlefield Earth.
School's out in Billings. There's no
L. Ron Hubbard
reports.
You were an honors kid. You have summer reading.
That is true. That means it's not due until August. Next is by MovieWiz-4.
This guy.
February 3rd, 2001. They say, I like this movie because of the set and the beautiful story. One thing lack of the effects is the alien being. The alien's supposed to be tall, but it can be easily seen that the actor wears some support on their leg. And when they walk around, it can be noticed incredibly fast. Other than that, a worth watching movie. 7 out of 10.
Wow. Was that like the most positive review you found?
One of them. The only negative that this person had is that it looks like some people are walking on stilts. Like,
yeah, fully negative. Everything else looks great.
Sleeping Dragon, February 3rd, 2024. Not a returner. They've said, I've been keen to watch some of the best rated movies on IMDb. So for balance, I thought I'd watch some of the worst. And after watching this and Disaster Movie, I'll quit here. I can't decide which is worse. I'm going to give this one extra star because it made me laugh. I'm not sure it was supposed to be intentionally funny, but there you go. It had me in stitches. And I don't just mean John Travolta's acting or costume. A film that shows you what happens when you have cash but no ideas, a genuine waste of money. Despite the obvious high budget, it looks cheap and shoddy. I honestly can't see what they were trying to achieve. The worst part, the script. Some of the dialogue had me hiding behind a pillow. I'm honestly surprised that Travolta was able to bounce back after this. Better actors have had their careers finished by such films. 2 out of 10.
I didn't know IMDb did stars. I knew it was out of 10, but I didn't know it was out of stars.
Yes.
I thought it was out of just movie units.
Thought it was out of thumbs
movie
ups.
Dollars.
Yeah, movie dollars. Penultimate is by Evanston's dad.
Returner.
Maybe. April 13th, 2010. This dad says, allow me a moment to pick my jaw up off the floor. I need to recalibrate my bad movie meter. Usually I find that reports about something being the worst this or the best that are over-exaggerated. Well, I don't know if Battlefield Earth is the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's got to be a contender. If I taught a film class, I would actually show a movie like Battlefield Earth to my students because I think you can learn more about how important things like editing, writing, cinematography, etc. are when they're done badly. And man, they're done badly in this stinker. In fact, they don't get anything right. 1 out of 10.
Good idea. I'm going to write that down for my film appreciation class I'm teaching.
I thought it was a really good idea too.
Yeah. Show them Evil Bong versus Ginger Dead Man.
Honestly, show them Birdemic.
Well, that's a masterpiece.
And my last one, returner, Sethin172.
Oh, 2 Seth reviews in one go.
On February 16th, 2006, Sethin says, in the year 3000, ...
How are we not saying the Jonas Brothers song?
Right? Into the year, and it's something to believe in.
Not that one.
Oh.
The other one.
To the year 3000.
We live underwater.
Not much has changed, but we're Battlefield Earth.
It seems like a lot has changed.
If you live underwater, so much has changed.
That's a lot. That's a big change. Very
one of the biggest
too. Last review.
In the year 3000, ... everything will be futuristic, exciting, action, adventure, sci-fi, drama, and anything else that describes that period of time that we have yet to reach, or better yet, describes this whole movie in full detail. Battlefield Earth was made exactly 1,000 years before the events take place. It is such a grand opener to the cinema of the new millennium. Sadly, the last millennium left us with a wretched movie that has yet to reappear in the bottom 100 and get the ultimate well-deserved Mystery Science Theater 3000 treatment called End of Days. But this movie is the celebration and outlook of the many things to come. Go watch it and enjoy it. You won't be disappointed. 10 out of 10.
That's grand words from Seth.
This is
like I think it's like an appreciation of bad movies.
This is to look forward of things to come in the future, like cyclos and slaves and.
I don't think maybe. Fan of Elbron.
But that's gonna end it this week. Are you recommending?
No, sure not.
You can't.
Sure not.
Do not. Do not watch this.
Nobody watch this. What's the movie next week?
A big budget movie called John Carter.
Oh. The biggest. And are we having a guest? TBD.
We have a guest, most likely. Jordan couldn't make it for White Men Can't Jump because he was leaving for he was leaving for Vegas, so we're gonna try and get him on here. So he did Battleship and then John Carter, 2 big budget.
Yeah, the easier tasks than Robert has had.
True. But that is next. We hope you didn't enjoy Battlefield Earth.
We hope podcast.
We hope you like our podcast. Smash the like button. Smash the subscribe.
Keep us going. Yeah, it means a lot.
To everything on 2x speed and listen to it twice so that we get those views.
Governor Gene Forte, and tell him to make our podcast the official state podcast.
New Jersey Greg just upped the podcast rankings.
Yeah, and we're
not
number
my
one.
State.
Good.
So right, Gene Forte.
Right, Shady Sheehy. Right, Tester.
Yeah. I heard Reberg's running again.
Ooh, bad.
Write them all. Tell them to bump us up.
Tell them to fuck themselves.
And tell them to get a good Gadushin in the office. Gadusha Papa.
Nice. All right. Hell yeah. I'm going to go attend to this bad cat.
Jaylen Brown won Eastern Conference Finals MVP.
On my big road of redemption for Jaylen.
Woo!
You always get to go to the finals.
We always get to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That's it. My Wolves are going to get swept tomorrow, so I'll be sad.
Good luck to your Wolves tomorrow.
I'll cheer for the Celtics.
Okay, sounds good.
See you, Brandon.
Bye, Lukey.